Welcome back to the Ackbar's Bounty. Today we'll be making the Tatooine sunset. For this cocktail you will need Matilda Raspberry Framboise. This is a raspberry-based liqueur. You will need a bottle of your finest Camino and tequila. You will need fresh pineapple juice, fresh orange juice, and a variety of fruit for garnishment. This drink will be built in two parts. We'll be building part of it in the glass, and then part of it in our shaker. So for this cocktail, we wanted to go after something that you would find in the Mos Eisley Cantina, something that would take the edge off of a really hot desert day. As we all know, the planet Tatooine is a desert planet. It was once green and vast and then was glassed through various years, causing things to change in the planet, such as the people that lived there changing into the Jawas and the Tusken Raiders. We'll start out by building part of this in our shaker here.
I knew none of that.
Yeah. So we'll build this on top of some ice, something that would have been an extreme rarity on the planet of Tatooine. So we're going to throw some ice in our shaker. For starters, we're going to start out with our Camino and tequila. We'll use 2 ounces of that.
Fancy.
We'll cover Camino in a later episode, but as we all know, Camino is where the clones were made for the clone army. We're going to use 2 ounces of tequila. And the clones were made from the clone DNA of Jango Fett, which ties us back to the planet of Tatooine. Most things in the Star Wars universe can tie themselves to the planet of Tatooine. Boba Fett spent the rest of his life living on the planet of Tatooine after he fell into the Sarlacc pit, and as we all know, he was a direct clone and son of Jango Fett. Our next ingredient we'll be using a ½ ounce of our orange juice. And we'll use a ½ ounce of our pineapple juice. These are unsweetened juices to keep with the harshness of the idea of the planet of Tatooine. So for that, we'll take that and shake that up, and we're going to set it aside once we finish shaking it. All right, for the second portion of this cocktail, we are going to build this in the glass. We will be rimming our glass with a spiced sugar. For any fans of the Book of Boba Fett fought the Pike Syndicate over spice being run through the planet of Tatooine. So we're going to rim this with a little bit of our lime juice. And then we'll take a single raspberry, and we are going to muddle that in the bottom of the glass.
Well, that got violent.
Tatooine's a violent place. So inside of this glass here, we're going to be using our raspberry liqueur. We're going to go with a full ounce of our raspberry liqueur. So the planet Tatooine has been home to a good number of heroes from the Star Wars universe. We know Boba Fett spent the rest of his years there. Obi-Wan spent his years in exile on that planet, but it was also home to Luke Skywalker, the savior of the Republic. He was the Jedi that came back and brought everything back right. Helped even bring back his own father from the dark side. So for that, we're honoring him with this cocktail. So once we have our drink in the glass here, we're going to go back to our shaker. And we're going to pour this over a spoon. So we're going to layer this drink, and it should, if I do this right, give us 2 distinctive layers of the drink. Now to garnish this cocktail, we'll be using bright red maraschino cherries. These particular ones are made by the Collins brand. They're just extremely bright fluorescent red. Using one of those. And then we'll be using a single gooseberry. Now these berries are opposing colors. One is bright red and one is very, very yellow. And these are to represent the binary suns of the planet Tatooine. And there you have the Tatooine sunset. Splendid.
For me, you shouldn't have. On the first try!
Alright. Well, it turned to the same color as the Tatooine sunset they made in Disney World, so that's good. Alright, do we want to do glamour shots now?
Yeah. Wait, should we just sit on the stool, man? Yeah.
And these are to represent the two, oh my god, what are they called?
Sun.
The binary, thank god.
I like doing squats as much as the next guy. Here.
This cocktail we built with...
That got violent.
Tatooine's a violent place.
That got really violent.
Let me redo that. You want these?
Sure.
The cherries are covered in booze, so...
No.
Welcome back to the Ackbar's Bounty.